Hello and welcome to the Exploring Intuition course. My name is Keziah Gibbons. I'm a transformational coach, and I've been working intentionally with intuition in various contexts for some years now. It is my absolute honor to be here today and sharing this course with you, and I hope and trust that what you learn here will prove to serve you well in your own life. In today's lesson, we're going to take a sneak peek at the days ahead before exploring what ideas you've brought with you about intuition, what you want to receive from this course, and where you might use that. Exploring the nature and uses of intuition promises to be a rich experience because intuition, like a flower, is rooted deep in a place that is not visible, and yet, when properly tended, what grows up from these deep places can become strong, beautiful, and open out in all directions by its very nature. You already have intuition, whether dormant and full of potential as a seed or already in full bloom. What we'll be doing in this course is learning how to tend to that. What soil does it like to be planted in? Where does it like to be positioned? What can we feed it with? And how can we best make it thrive? The course itself is split into 10 lessons, each with a theme. To give a very quick overview, we start with the theory of intuition, what it actually is, before moving on to practical ways to recognize and understand your own intuition. From there, we'll explore safe practices and some specific ways in which you might apply the knowledge you've been building. All the way along, you'll be gaining confidence. We often describe the learning process as going through 4 stages: unconscious incompetence, conscious incompetence, conscious competence, and unconscious competence. And that's a particularly apt description for this course on intuition, so much of which happens at a non-conscious level. To clarify, an absolute beginner who has no experience at working with their own intuition will be in a state of unconscious incompetence. They don't yet have the skills and may not even know it yet. The next stage, conscious incompetence, comes when somebody knows that they don't yet excel at something. This puts them in a position where they can open themselves to improving. And for those who enter the course at this stage in their relationship with their intuition, rest assured that the design and structure of this course will take you through the next stages. After the right amount of practice, you move through from conscious incompetence to conscious competence. You know how to do it, you know what you're doing, and with focus you can do it well. And then eventually, as you become highly skilled at using your intuition, you will move through to a state of unconscious competence. You just do it. The tools in this course are designed to bring you through the conscious stages. Your own practice will bring you to unconscious competence and, indeed, excellence. As in most things in life, the more committed you are to the process, the more time and energy you dedicate to your practice, the more you'll get out of it. It's also possible that in intentionally connecting with and utilizing your intuition, you will achieve some degree of shift. So my invitation to you is to be open to this and remain grounded in the experience. At the same time, although you may feel that your experience is significantly different by the end of the course, it is not simply an on switch for your intuition. This course is intended as a starting point, a set of tools from which to build and develop your own relationship with your own intuition. Because this is a practical course, I do really encourage you to really get in there and engage with the material and the people who are doing the course with you. So, before we go any further, I have a couple of questions for you, and these are really the crux of what we're going to be working with today. You see, this course is all about intuition, not as an abstract concept, but as something that belongs to you. Intuition and you. So, let's start with your own experiences with intuition. I wonder if you can think of a time now when you had an experience where you did something, not for any tangible reason, but because you just knew. It could be in any set of circumstances, but a time where you just knew something. We can call it having a hunch, hearing an inner voice, or acting instinctively, where you knew what to do, but you don't know how you knew that. And just consider that. What was the specific moment in which you had that knowing? Did you even react to something without any conscious thought whatsoever, as if your body just did whatever it was? What was the outcome of acting on that hunch, or having that instinctive reaction? Remember, there are no right or wrong answers here. We're just reflecting on an experience, and noticing what comes up with that. Pause the audio and take some time with this, if that's what you need. Okay. And now I wonder if, in your life, there's ever been a time when you had a gut feeling, but you didn't act on it. We can also call that ignoring your inner voice. What happened? What was your feeling? How did you decide not to act on that? What went through your mind? What was the outcome? Again, nothing is correct or incorrect, and of course we can never know what would have happened. Take your time with this one too, just to be aware of what made up that experience. Okay, great. So the chances are that by reflecting on these two experiences, you're beginning to realize that you already have a relationship of some kind with your intuition, no matter what that relationship is. For the final question, and this really is one to spend time with, given what you now know about your current relationship with your intuition, what would you like your relationship to be by the end of the course? What would be different about what you think, say, and do? How would that impact your life? What would you have that you didn't have before? Setting your intention really is foundational to what we're doing here. Today, we notice the conditions, choose and prepare the soil for our plant to grow in. So go deeply into these questions. Whether you ask yourself them repeatedly as you go about your day, giving yourself space to really listen to what comes up, or maybe you'll sit down now and draw or write your answers. I really encourage you to find the space for that to come into focus. Okay, so now we have an idea of what your relationship with your intuition is, and what you want it to be. What is intuition anyway? At each moment, in any situation, we are receiving millions of pieces of information through all of our senses, not to mention all the memories, knowledge, and pattern recognition that we carry with us. To hold all of that in the conscious mind at once would be impossible. The overwhelm would leave us unable to function. And that's where the unconscious mind comes in. The unconscious mind stores all of the information we're not using at any particular moment. But how does it know what information to send to the conscious mind? Between the two are various filters, neurological patterns, which decide what information is useful and what is not. Intuitions can happen when understanding happens in the unconscious mind and passes through the filter, which recognizes it as important enough to let through, but the information that led to the understanding does not pass through, so that we don't consciously know what that understanding is based on. The key premise of this course, though, is that the processes which surround intuition are all learned, if not on a conscious level, then by our bodies, minds, and energy systems. And so, with clarity, observation, and practice, we can improve our intuition and use it as a reliable tool. We're going to look in more depth at what intuition is and how it arrives to us in tomorrow's lesson. And in day 3, we're going to do an exercise to reset your unconscious filters for optimum intuition. For now, thank you for joining me, and I will meet you here tomorrow to continue with our exploration. Have a lovely rest of your day.